Graceful, elegant, and beautiful. No, I'm not talking about a person, but a form of art. I'm talking about ballet, unarguably one of the most respected and recognized form of dance. I remember watching ballerinas on screen when I was a little girl, and I always wanted to be like them. For me, ballerinas looked like fairies and princesses from their fantasy world. Even today, a lot of men and women are drawn to this art form. But what makes ballet so enthralling? And most importantly, what goes behind the curtains of this beautiful art form? In today's episode of Here's to Life, we will be up on our toes to understand the allure and intricacies of ballet. The word ballet is believed to be derived from the Greek word ballizo, which means to dance. The origins of ballet as a performance, however, can be traced back to the 16th century during the Italian Renaissance. Over the centuries, however, ballet has spread much further and become a globally recognized and admired dance form. In fact, ballet has even started laying down its foundation right here in Nepal too. I'm here at Solace Performing Arts, where I'm meeting Alize Biannic, the managing director of One World Theatre and the founder director of Solace Performing Arts. Alize, first of all, thank you so much for inviting us to your ballet studio. It looks lovely, bright and vibrant. All right, so as far as I know, you've been into ballet for around 2 decades, 21 years to be precise. Is that true?
That's correct.
I'm sure for you, ballet is much more than just an art form. It's much more than just a dance, right? What does that mean for you?
So I would say ballet for me now, it's really part of me, part of my life, where from the morning, when I wake up to the night, even if I'm not really teaching, you just see it in my body, the way I'm brushing my teeth and be up in my tippy toes or, in cooking food. So yeah, so more part of me now.
So from the moment you wake up, you're in that mood and that feel, right? I hear that it's a very technical dance form with all the postures and the moves and, what is it like?
So it has a lot of discipline. Now, ballet, each step, each movement actually have a certain meaning. So it might connect in a way of bringing the story together. Like certain movement, like for example, this one means dying.
Oh, okay.
So every single one movement have meaning, so you can try to bring a story and bring something a little different, a little bit like mime. So ballet and mime are related together a lot, and that comes from the Roi Soleil, who was the first one who actually created ballet. That was back in France, actually.
So every ballet performance has a story to tell.
That's right.
That's so interesting.
And every ballet have their own different story. So we have different stories from all around the world.
And I can't help but notice that even when you're talking, you have such a beautiful posture and it's just also beautiful. Now, I'm sure that you are an excellent dancer, but to be a teacher, it might be a little challenging, especially when you teach little kids, and for women in Nepal, we teach a lot of women as well, right? So what is it like to be a teacher? Is it daunting? Are there challenges?
So the hard thing with ballet is because ballet has a lot of discipline. So sometimes it's about, training people that don't want to be professional. But I want them to understand the discipline, but I also don't want them to feel like, oh, it's too much and I cannot breathe. And, so it's really trying to find that middle ground, depending on what people are looking for, so that they can really understand the essence, they can learn everything that is about ballet, but still enjoy.
So it's all about, I think if you don't want to be a professional, then it's all about enjoying.
That's right.
Yeah. So when we talk about your students, what are the age group like? I mean, what is the age range like?
So the youngest students that I have is 2 years old.
Oh, okay.
And the oldest one, she's 56.
Okay.
So we have a big variety of students, from really the young kids to even women. So I have a few women also for ballet classes. But they just want to do it more for the, that elegance, like you said, flexibility. So that's really more the sense that they like with ballet also.
Okay. And also when we talk about the little kids that you have as students, do they want to take ballet as, do they want to practice it professionally later, or what do they think about it?
So it's kind of 50-50 in Nepal, where nowadays I'm very, eagerly happy to see like all those beautiful little Nepalis that they really want to push ballet to another level. Because they've seen it on TV or on YouTube, so they find it so graceful.
Yeah.
If you're a ballet dancer, you play to be a princess, a queen, fairy on everyday basis. So
yeah, that's fascinating.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, so I think we'd love to be princesses and queens and fairies. So as audience, we do not know much about ballet here in Nepal. So when people come for your performances, do they understand it, or what is their response?
So when it's typical with something of ballet, I try to always put in a program a way for them to understand certain gesture or certain movement that will help them to understand the story.
Okay.
Otherwise, sadly, we cannot express.
That's because we are not too familiar with the moves also.
That's right, that's right. But then people get from the expression, because it's a lot with the face. If I'm, let's say, if I want to seduce you or something, even if it's in ballet or in any other way, you will understand that. So it gives the opportunity for anyone to be able to understand. Like, even if you're Nepali and you don't speak English, but you want to see ballet, you'll be able to understand.
And I think that is the beauty of art. It does not require language. And that's lovely as well. So since we're already here at your ballet studio, are you going to teach me? Because I feel like I'm not flexible. That's what I think. But I'm sure, since you're such a good teacher, I'm sure you can teach me.
Of course.
Shall we get started?
Let's try.
All right. Now that we know a little bit more about ballet, I can't wait to try and learn a bit of ballet myself. I'm not really sure how I'll do it, but I'm really excited for this one. Let's hope I don't make any mistakes. Wish me luck. Now that we know a little bit more about ballet, I can't wait to try and learn a bit of ballet myself. I'm not really sure how I'll do it, but I'm really excited for this one. Let's hope I don't make any mistakes. Wish me luck.
So, from here what you want to do is you want to have the shoulders and the hips always as a rectangular. Okay, so that's going to be kind of the form which is going to help you. Now let's say if you bring the arm all the way to the front, you want to really give that grace, but also you want a finger to be on the same level as your eyes. So ballet is all about the lines, okay? The lines that you're going to bring in your body. Now from this line, you want to bring the other shoulder. So you want to make sure that this shoulder is up, but that shoulder kind of goes a little down to give that kind of wave within your body, okay? Now every movement, you always start from the stomach. So it means that this is the part that is going to make your body move. Now, as you know, ballet is all about elegance. So what we can start is maybe, we can just start with some, first maybe position with the legs, with the simple one at the beginning. And then you're going to bring the inner arm together. And that's right, starting from the elbow going down and kind of slowly bringing it down. And then again, lift. And you want to bring it down with the elbow. That's right. And now try to make it softer, as if you're even inside the water and you feel the drip of water kind of caressing your arm. So you feel as if the water is going down all on your body. And you want to find that really softness, as if your arm is becoming the water. What you want to do is you want to squeeze your 2 feet together, and then you just want to move the back leg, but all on the spot, by keeping your knees always together. Nice, that's right, that's right. So, you can feel the balance. Good, you're natural, no? You've done this before.
No, I haven't.
It looks like it. So, up, squeezing the legs, and now you want to bring that softness that you had earlier with the arms. That's right, to add to that elegance, or let's say quality. Nice. So, same, either one goes up and the other one just stays there as a balance, or you can use both. I mean, there are many different ways. This is kind of a move that we use a lot in Sleeping Beauty and in a few different dances, because it's always relating to that slightly fairy type of characters. Okay, So you want to make people dream. That means that even with your hands, let's say you're giving your arm to someone. So at the beginning when we do ballet, we always acknowledge everybody around. So maybe you will say, today.
Like I said, I'm so glad she can't see me. I'm a bad student. But you know what? You're so full of energy and full of positivity that everything looks very nice.
From here. Setting with the hands. Right. Here. And you bring it back. And then soft. That's right. And up. 2. And bring it here. Up. There. And bring. Here. And up.
I'm trying, trust me. I am a terrible, terrible student. Alize, trust me, I had so much fun. But again, it was very difficult for me to, get the steps correctly, especially the postures and all, because it is actually very, very difficult. But like I said, you're such a good teacher and you're full of energy and full of enthusiasm. So you made this class very interesting for me. So is it always like this when you're teaching your students?
I mean, I try to find a way for them to find the pleasure in what they're doing. Because, if you're doing art but you're not enjoying it, then I don't see the point, Yes, ballet has a discipline, but you need still the heart, the love and the passion. So that's why every time I teach something, I'm always trying to balance it a little bit. So we work on the technique, but we also find a way to make it enjoyable by understanding where the movement comes from. So.
Okay, so you're not that strict teacher, are you?
I can be.
Oh, thank God you were.
According to the students that I have.
Okay, so you know what, whenever we see performances on TV or on stage, everything looks so glamorous, especially with their attires and the movement and everything. It's just larger than life, right? But what happens behind the scene? I mean, for your practice sessions, and what about all the physical and mental ailments that ballerinas have to go through?
Actually, it's they said that as a ballet dancer, you're using 80% of your brain capabilities.
Ooh.
Why? Because you need to be able to remember steps, but also it's muscle memory, understanding the music. So there's so many ways and so many benefits actually by doing it. There's so many benefits that you can have when you actually do ballet, because it's not just learning a dance form, but it also helps you in a way of even a confidence, building that confidence within inside yourself. Most of the people that also do ballet, they're very shy.
You're shy?
So, yeah. Okay. And it's just a way to kind of explore yourself in a different way, but if you're scared to express yourself with your voice, it's kind of a different way of expressing who you are, but through the movement. So it's safe for the young children, it's very good because it helps them to work as a team, because you have to look the same.
Yeah.
So
synchronization,
be aware of each other, but at the same time working together.
So again, when we see ballet performers or the entire performance on TV or on stage, everything looks very grand, larger than life. But what happens behind the scene? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of physical and mental ailments that you guys go through, right?
So, as you know, it's also, big things to do big shows and big production in Nepal. So right now we're having a show at the Russian Culture Center. It's called The Flight. Now, in this production, I have 30 artists on stage. Okay.
30 professional ballerinas? Or?
No.
Okay.
Out of the 30 artists, 80% of them are only actors.
Okay.
They worked in Mandala Theatre, Shilpi Theatre, and a few other theatre companies around Nepal. So I had to train them in 2 months to be able to dance and to act, but in a physical way also.
Okay.
So that means we had a very intense training from 7 in the morning to 10, sometimes 11 at night for 2 months, every single day, to really try to turn them into professional dancers.
So you're always pushing them to achieve a lot much.
But also to their own capabilities. So I can see how much I can ask from you. Then I'm not going to try to ask more, but I'm going to know how much I can get from you in a way of work. So that's always what I try to do, like bring the best out of each individual so that they can really bring the best out of themselves.
And that's the best quality of a good teacher. And we're all so excited to actually be a part of practice sessions as well. I can't wait to come.
Upset or anything like that. It's just that we have very limited time. Plus we have a beautiful crew that is here today. So they are trying to take at least from our rehearsal.
So we are here at Russian Culture Center to attend one of the practice sessions for the event The Flight that Alize is a part of.
But then the aim is also to have a costume run.
I'm super excited to meet all the performers and Alize and see them in action.
If I'm telling to you, you have to be ready after you see 125.
Of a rehearsal, right?
That's
so what
right.
are we rehearsing for?
So right now we're rehearsing for a new show called The Flight.
The Flight?
That's right. So I actually came across with that word because it has two meanings. So in a way of flying, but also to flee. We're about to escape, to trying to run away. So the kind of whole concept came to me because of, I would say for the last few months, especially in Nepal, but also abroad, we had a whole Me Too movement and, you know, like kind of stop violence and kind of stop the sex trafficking. So what I thought is how to bring a show that can actually bring the issue, but also give some kind of message of hope and also give some kind of message of deeper understanding about why maybe it's happening. Not just the situation, but really where it comes from. So in only 2.5 months, it's been a very short time, we tried to turn them into full performer. I wanted to bring that message of unity, you know? When we unite together, we can have a lot more strength and we can really push forward for anything that we want to do really out of life. So that was kind of the concept where I wanted to also show that in the show, where at one point the men are not just there to kidnap the girls and rape them and sell them, but actually they becoming also part of the universal soul, where we are all connected. So my mom used to always tell me, if you say something bad to someone, then the same thing is going to happen to you, you know, because it's a reflection of yourself, every single one person. So I'm using that now in our piece together. That's why I wanted a really big ensemble. And the beautiful thing is, many of them, I mean, most of the crew is actually Nepali.
Oh yeah, I did.
So I'm trying to push them into that international level. We already have a few people interested also in bringing this show to Europe next year.
Oh, nice. Ballet is said to be a combination of choreography and art, scenic design, lighting, costumes, graceful movements, and usually solemn music. It is an artistic dance like no other that can be used to express different emotions or to tell a story. Traditional classical ballet dance, which was choreographed with elaborate costumes and staging, has been replaced by the modern ballet dance styles, which creates room for a variety of ballet dance forms. Some forms of ballet dance include classical ballet, contemporary ballet, neoclassical ballet, and post-structural ballet dance. I had an amazing time with Alize. I mean, it's quite fascinating to see this Western style of dance spread its wings in Nepal as well. Isn't it fascinating? Also, I've been trying a lot of new things lately, and life is all about that. Taking new chances and doing things you never imagined you would have done. Well, here's to life and here's to limitless possibilities.